Assalamu alaikum again. Hope that everything will be fit and fine. Let's begin the fun with Wren and Martin. My dear students, today the topic is very interesting. That is about the transitive and intransitive verbs. What do you mean by the verbs first? It's your action. Exactly. And we have read about these actions many times in this book. But what is transitive and intransitive action? When I think about transitive, I feel that it is something that transfers an object, that transfers a verb to the object. But when I think about intransitive, it tells me that I am talking about a verb that doesn't need any object. What do you mean by that? Let's see. What is a transitive and intransitive? I have used T for the transitive verbs and intransitive I. Let's see. I shall use one very great formula for you to understand whether it is right or wrong. Subject plus verb plus object that we usually use. But in the intransitive, there is only subject along with the verb and there is no object here. How? Let's see. One example. The boy made a kite. The boy made a kite. What's the subject here? The boy is a subject, made is a verb, and a kite is your object. It means that the boy made only is not a correct one. Let's see how. If I remove a kite from here, is there any sense in this sentence? No. The boy made or made what? It means that this is the game of depending verbs, depending words, depending sentences. If there is a subject here, there must be some verb and there must be some object. Like the boy made a kite. This is the right one, which is followed by an object. So all those sentences, all those verbs that are followed by an object are your transitive verbs. And in intransitive verbs, there is only one thing, that is, he laughed. It doesn't need any object. No object has been required here. Like it is the subject and this is the verb. Only by using subject and verb we can use this category also. This is known as your intransitive. Now transitive and intransitive is clear to you all. Like we will use page number 95 for that. Have a look on this page. There are few examples that has been given to you. For example, transitive verbs and intransitive verbs on the bottom of your pages are some words that has been used in italics. Like Hamid shut the window. There is again a verb and with object. So it is your transitive. What's intransitive? The child still lives. There is no object here. That tells us that this is your intransitive. All the rest of the words that has been written in italics are all your transitive and intransitive verbs. So have a look on page number 96. Here is exercise number 1, which is a pair work for you and you have to do it. I know that you are doing some activities and at home, because Wren and Martin doesn't mean that you should be keeping on just your books. Just keep in mind that you have to use some activities which will be your pair work, your dialogues, your sentences, your any of the activities. So please have a look on page number 96. There is exercise number 2 for you. Pick out the verbs in the following sentences and please divide them into transitive and intransitive verbs. For example, number 1, bad boys hide their faults. What is this? Bad boys is your subject. Hide is your verb and their faults is your object. So this tells us that in this sentence we are followed by an object, which tells us that this is our intransitive or transitive. What is it? It's your transitive verb. Exactly. Have a look on number 2. Some boys threw stones at the frogs. Some boys is your subject. Threw is your verb. Stones is your object. At the frogs is your direction. The preposition has been followed by another object. So this is again here that we can see an object has been followed by some verbs. So this is again your transitive. Number 3, the fire burnt the house. Again transitive. Number 4, the sun rises in the east. The sun rises in the east. There is no object here because this is a natural phenomena, and when we talk about any direction by using any of the preposition like this, in the east, this is not your object because the subject is not working on any of the object. They are not talking about a specific thing. They are talking about a specific direction. So this is your intransitive verb. Number 5, the frog jumped out of the pond. Again there is no object, so this is your intransitive. So boys and girls, be careful about picking up the rest of the sentences as transitive and intransitive. Exercise number 3, complete the following by supplying an object. Now you have to give them an object if there is some object needed. Number 1, he videographed dash. Obviously if we talk about any of the video, product, that is a film, comes in our mind. So a film is an object here. Put a word, a film. Number 2, the teacher punished a student. Obviously we are working on an object, that is a student. Number 3, a shoemaker makes what? Cloth for you, pencil for you, paper for you. Exactly, shoe. Number 4, my brother wrote this what? Letter. Exactly, you can also write a story here that may become your object. Number 5, he broke a glass. Yes, so these are all your objects that has been followed by any of the verbs. You can divide them by transitive or intransitive to your own. I think that this was very great job for you to select transitive and intransitive by using just one thing, object intransitive and no object in intransitive. This is very easy for you. Time for a diary. Dear students, please complete the given sentences which I haven't completed because I want you all to please complete according to the given lecture. Best of luck. Complete your work as soon as possible. Have a nice day. Take care and do practice as many as you can. Allah Hafiz.